All right, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of great Muslim, which are the men that rule well, the men that taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect as always. And Lord, one of the title be balance. All right, just a quick exhortation to keep in mind to check yourself. In the sense that we speak about balance. Every once in a while, a brother or an elder will make a video on balance and things like that. Keeping a proper balance within your life because, and this thing of ours and this truth, man, at first, when you first come in, your balance is 80-20, meaning you give the truth about 80 to 90% of your time. All right. But then as time goes on, the Heavenly Father requires more of you as a man. All right. And time is no longer now it becomes something you have to budget. A lot of us, when we first came in this thing, a lot of us might have been staying with our parents or might have been in a situation where you have all day to watch videos and lessons and things like that. And it's beautiful, right? You learn about the truth, things like that. Because most of us came in when we were, pretty young. Not all of us, but some of us, right? And you give so much time, you forget about playing video games, watching TV. All you do is might come home from work and just watch videos all day. Some were in the process of moving out of their parents' homes and just got out of college or just got out of high school. And all you do is watch videos, right? But then it gets to a point where the Heavenly Father, requires more of you. And now, you don't have as much time to study and things like that, right? Or not just that, but now the Heavenly Father puts you in a situation where you now have to apply the things that you learned, and you have to do that with balance as well. That's another aspect of balance. Real quick, Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight, right? Because the Heavenly Father is all about equity. Things have to be balanced. And that's part of being a man is balance, all right? Within your spiritual and your carnal diet. You can't eat too much of a good thing or too much of a bad thing, right? That's the right way to live, keeping things balanced. I believe the Hebrew word for balance is mayashar, which means equity, if I'm not mistaken, right? So equity, even or evenness, right? That's another, synonym for balance, right? So that's what you want to apply in your life and in your everyday life. All right, now I'm going to read Ecclesiastes 7, but I want to get it specifically in the NLT because we know Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. Be not righteous over much. We apply that in our lives, but, let's get into it a little more, right? Ecclesiastes 7 and 16, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? I'm going to read down to 20. Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth the Most High shall come forth of them all. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in a city. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. So I'm going to read it now in the Now I'm going to read it in the NLT because it's a lot. All right, so it says, the first verse 16. So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? Why destroy yourself, right? You don't want to make yourself too wise, and you don't want to be too good. Now, does that mean go and be wicked? Of course not, right? But you have to realize that there's some certain things in this truth that we do with measure, all right? I don't want to touch on something that's too touchy, and it's something that's per person, because in the reality of it is, certain brothers do things a certain way, all right? And I don't want to say there's no right or wrong way because there's only one way. But I will say this. Sometimes, especially when you're new to this thing, you don't want to over-apply yourself. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where now you're taking on too much of a burden, right? So it says, so don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself, right? Don't make yourself too wise. Don't be in a situation where because at the end of the day, the Heavenly Father is going to reveal his mysteries to you in his season, not in your season, not when you want it. Because at first, the Heavenly Father lets us eat, man. He lets us study all day, all night, all you do is watch videos, then he puts you in a predicament, or puts you in a situation where now you're not studying for maybe a few months at a time, so that what? You can apply what you've learned, all right, and grow in faith, right? See, the Heavenly Father isn't just going to let you get all this knowledge and not put you through something. That's balance. I think the Heavenly Father is just going to allow you to gain all this knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up. You don't think he's gonna give you some, he's gonna spoon feed you, break you down, build you back up, and then start the process over again. See, that's the main reason I wanted to make this lesson, to let you younger brothers know that the Heavenly Father is going to put you in situations to where you're not gonna be able to just do what you want to do, all right? And he's gonna break you down and make you apply what you've learned, or make you learn something new. You see? So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself, right? Don't put yourself in a situation where you're trying to do the most. Do what you can do, okay? Apply the knowledge you do have. Don't try to apply something you don't have, because if you don't have the knowledge, you don't got it, okay? And that's okay. It comes with trial and error and with time. On the other hand, don't be too wicked either. Don't be a fool. Why die before your time, right? Don't be lackadaisical about anything either. You want to get counsel, all right? You want to apply what you do know, because sometimes the little that you do know is sufficient. Most of the time it is, because that's what the Heavenly Father wants. At first, he doesn't want you to bump your head in a situation where you're not as learned. I'm realizing as time goes on, the Heavenly Father, when you've been in this for some time, the Heavenly Father is going to throw you a curveball, all right, that you think that, like, yo, I've never been through this. This is actually looks like it's to my detriment, but it's not. It's the Heavenly Father upgrading you and showing you that how much power he truly has and how much control he has over your life, right? So it says, on the other hand, don't be too wicked. Don't be a fool. Why die before your time, right? You don't want to be a fool either, man. You don't want to be in a situation where, now, at the end of the day, for brothers that have the mindset of playing catch up, you shouldn't be thinking, oh, man, you brothers have been studying longer than me, so I got to catch up. And it's like, well, not necessarily, because time and knowledge, it comes with experience. Don't think that you have to catch up to the elders because Jacob's Trouble is 6 months from now and you have to learn all the breakdowns. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how it goes. At one point, I used to think that. Then I had to realize the Heavenly Father made me slow down with the studying and come to the realization that the breakdowns are going to come through time. You're not going to wake up out of the blue and just know everything. It doesn't work like that. Okay? You have to, pace yourself. Okay? So, yeah, don't be a fool, man. Why die before your time? Right? Pay attention to these instructions, for anyone who fears the Most High will avoid both extremes, right? If you fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you don't want to be cooped up in your room studying all day. That's not balanced. That's not healthy for your mind. And that's the other thing, too. Learning takes place when you go out in your regular life. That's where the temptations are at. Not at camp, okay? Now, at camp, yeah, there is learning, too. But the majority of your trials and tribulations are going to take place when you're alone, when you go to work, okay? When you go out on the weekend by yourself, all right? When you go out by yourself, when you're out by yourself, that's when the Heavenly Father puts temptations in front of you. That's when the Heavenly Father teaches you. That's where learning takes place. Pay attention to these instructions. For anyone who fears the Most High will avoid both extremes, right? You want to be someone of balance, a man of balance. See, about this thing of ours, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is turning us into real men. You see, I can say, when I came in 21, 22 years old, now being 28, I'm a completely different person. Not just in age, forget about age, but as far as my mentality and how I look at the world is completely different from when I first came in. When you first come in, you're very immature. You make foolish mistakes. Yeah, you got some knowledge and it's beautiful that you're learning, but you're not yet a man of wisdom. All right, not even me. I'm still a babe. We're still babes in this thing, and everybody in this, everybody except for the elders and apostles are babes, man. All right, so we're all learning. We're all, and the other thing too that I really wanted to mention about balance. Balance is something that you will never find, All right, it will never be perfect. I'll say not. You will never find it, but you're gonna constantly search for the balance because it's constantly gonna change. One week, let's say 1 week, you have vacation, but you don't want to go nowhere because you don't got the funds to go to another state or something like that, right? Well, now your balance from studying you're gonna give 80% of your time to studying and making lessons because the Heavenly Father put you in a situation to do that. I know with me, I was having some time off of work, so all I was doing was listening to lessons and things like that, right? So, let me see. Verse 19. Oh, but like I said though, you're gonna constantly search for that balance. You're never gonna just find one thing and it's just gonna work forever. No, it's gonna constantly change. You see, the Heavenly Father is all about growth. You're not gonna grow being complacent. Like brothers give the analogy. A lot of brothers in the truth is in the fitness. They let you know that lifting the same weight, you can only get so much done with that weight. You can only grow so much. Eventually, you're going to need more resistance, and that's what's going to happen in this truth. The trials get harder. Or you'll get the same trial, it's just a little harder this time, right? The Most High will never let you be complacent. One wise person is stronger than 10 leading citizens of a town, right? Yeah, hey man, wisdom is better than weapons of war, the scriptures say. You see? So one wise person is stronger than 10 leading citizens of a town. So you want to strive to be wiser. And that comes through life experience. Wisdom does not come from you just sitting in your room reading precepts all day. No, it comes from you reading scriptures in your daily life, and then you go out in the real world and apply it. You see, not a single person on earth is always good and never sins, right? That's true, and that's the point right there, man. That because at the end of the day, when it comes down to balance, that's how you continuously do the right thing, is when you try to find that balance. Okay, because within searching for your balance, you're preoccupied in trying to do the right thing. But you have to remember that there's not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Okay? And that's part of balance, man, because you have to realize, yeah, you're doing all these good things for the Lord, but we're still sinners at the end of the day. And just because you're doing this work don't make you perfect. All right? Now, your faith does. Hey, we got to continue on. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So that's all I wanted to bring out, man. I just wanted to, say those words to these scriptures because this is something that we constantly battle with in the truth, man. We constantly battle with keeping the right balance. It's something that we're never going to, fully acquire because it's going to always change. In a way we will, because we'll always find a way to roll with the punches. But at the end of the day, it's something that we're going to constantly look for, balance. So with that, just real quick exhortation. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, which are the men that rule one that taught us the truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect as always. Shalom.